Guys, come on, the Radicals with you today. Today I'm going over the ultimate guide to ZETSUBOU no SHIMA. I know I promised this video would be out a lot earlier, but I just never got around to making it because it's kind of an annoying video to make, because you have to have a pretty good run. So there is a few different runs including this, so if you get a bit confused like point differences, or maybe there might be a character change somewhere, just bear that in mind. It's literally just there's going to be different runs in it, but it all comes into one. It's all different rounds telling you exactly what you need to do in ZETSUBOU no SHIMA. So let's get into the video. For round one, what you want to be doing is you want to first spawn in and let the zombie spawn in, because the first zombie that spawns in out of a window will always drop a seed. Then you're going to want to go and plant that seed right in this space in the spawn room. And on round one for this map, you actually also need to make sure that you will get 1,250 points. So if you have to shoot zombies, like rebuild barriers, anything like that, you just want to make sure you have 1,250 points. You're going to want to come over to this skull like ritual place, check what thing it is, run over to your skull table and pick up that skull, and then you're ready to start your first ritual. So the thing with this one is that it's kind of like the easiest one if you do it on round one. The way that it's best done is definitely on round one, because you can literally just knife the zombies however much you want. And while you're over at the skull place, you're also going to want to check your rituals, check exactly what they are, check your challenges, not your rituals. I'm getting confused today. Check your challenges to make sure that you're doing them, and you want to make a start on them. Whatever they are, you want to be doing them as soon as possible to advance with the game. So once you've done this first skull, I think it takes about 30 seconds of just killing zombies. This really isn't a hard one. It's just knifing the green mist zombies. You're going to get 500 points off the back of it, and you're ready to advance to round two. Open that seed that you planted. May have got another one like I did, and I actually got the XM53 out of that, which was pretty lucky. Out of the second one, I also got ammo for the MR6, so I got pretty lucky out of them. You could get things just like grenades, you could get an extra zombie. The best things you're looking for are extra guns, especially like the Locust, for example, is a really good one. Ammo for your MR6 is good, because now on round two you're going to really want to just gain as many points as possible. I recommend shooting the zombies 6 times here and then going in for the knife. If you run out of ammo, don't worry, just knife the zombies for this round, unless you've picked up a second gun that's going to actually get you some decent points. Then you're going to want to shoot them with that. But just whatever you feel comfortable with doing right here for this round, but you're just going to want to build up as many points as you possibly can, because you're going to need them to open all the doors in this map. Then you're going to want to follow the route that I'm taking here. If you've got enough points, you can buy Quick Arrive. If you don't feel you need Quick Arrive, don't bother buying it. But one thing you actually can do is start gardening now. Open these doors here, open up to the blue water, fill your bucket with blue water, and start planting plants and doing them 3 times with blue water, because it'll get you the best rewards early on for the game. And while you're in here, you can also pick up your shield part as well. Now, you've opened up this other door, pick up your gas mask part, and then you're ready to actually go ahead and start your second ritual. For this, I wouldn't recommend using the starting pistol. I would recommend actually getting a decent gun, because there's going to be spiders spawning in on this. I got the XM53, but you don't have to have that. You could get, like, just buy the RK5 or the Kuda off the wall, whatever you like, but you can go ahead and do that. Once you've got enough points, you want to open this door and pick up your second shield part. Come round to the back here, open up this door and pick up your second gas mask part, and this is where you're starting to advance through the map. But when you actually open this place up, it's a little like camping spot that no one has ever seemed to have picked up on, except from me, that I've actually noticed playing. If you come up onto Lab B, onto the big like catwalk kind of area, this is actually in a ridiculous camping area if you don't open up this door. The door's only 750, so you've got it as an escape route if you really want it. But if you don't open up this door until as late as you really need to, then you've actually got a really good camping spot here for early rounds. But then, once you get to a spider round, you're going to run back to Lab A, trap a spider in this cage. This is going to get you your first part for your KT4 Wonder Weapon. You want to really get the KT4 quite early on, I'd suggest, because the KT4 is actually amazing for points. It gets you 100 points per kill, guaranteed. Now this might be a bit tricky to do, but you're going to want to remember to turn the power on for this using your bucket of water. You can just come down, trap the spider in the cage, bring it up, inject it with that thing, then you've got your first part for your KT4. I'd suggest doing this on the first spider run, but you can do it on the second one if you really want to. Now, moving on, this is where we're going to want to get the power on. You're going to want to save up as many points as you feel comfortable with. I usually recommend saving about 6,000 points minimum. Because without that, you're not going to be able to open everything up. You want to open these 2 doors, put this on, come over to the bunker, and then there's going to be like these loads of zombies spawning. Shoot them as fast as you possibly can to avoid getting thrashers spawning, because otherwise I think you get a thrasher coming out of there and it can be kind of hard to deal with. Then you're going to want to open this first door to your right and come and grab your shield part, and that's your final shield part. You can actually build your shield, and this you want to do like pretty early on, because the shield, I find, is such a saviour on this map. Then if you come over to this first door on your left, you're actually going to want to turn on the power now. This is going to be 1,250 points, but you can come down here, swim down here, tear off the webs, and actually you're just going to want to swim around, try and survive, kill off all the zombies. It's not so hard once you do it. So your first couple of times, you're going to find it really hard to do, because I did. But after you've done it 4 or 5 times, you're going to find it really easy to do. It's not all that difficult. You just want to swim around in a big circle, come around, shoot all the zombies. And you can also here, while you're down here, you can grab your first piece, the Pack-a-Punch. Then you can run up and turn the power on. Here's where the points difference comes in. If you want, you can just like, you can work it out. I'm not exactly sure how much it is exactly, but you can need a certain amount of points, around 6,000, just to open all these doors. If you want, you can save some extra points for getting the Juggernog as soon as possible. But here, I just saved up points till around 8 and then just grabbed it then. But then you're going to want to actually grab your Pack-a-Punch parts. I like to do this quite early on, just so it's available for as soon as you need it. You don't have to mess about getting all the parts later on. You can literally just run down and get it. But while you're down there swimming, you want to actually grab your KT4 part as well. But here you can see we actually get this Pack-a-Punch open super early on. So now as soon as we need the Pack-a-Punch, we can just run down and grab it. But then you want to grab your third skull. And now it's time to come down to this back area where you grab those 2 parts. And then you can literally just like run around. It's not going to be too hard to do this one. There's going to be no spiders. So you're going to want to run around. And then also, once you're there, you can actually train around that lab area. And that'll drop you your final part for KT4. You can see here, it was round 9 that I actually picked up the KT4. And I picked it up super early because it's just super nice, convenient thing to have. Then I worked on actually completing my trials. Now, these could be anything. I got 2 to do with plants, so I just did them super quickly. Right around 12 I got them, and then I was ready to actually move on. So I did this final like skull ritual, and while I was in the back place, you could pick up your final gas mask part, run around. This one, if you've got the KT4, you can literally just shoot the floor around it and do that. But now you've got all 4 skulls completed, so you can actually run down here and do this Skull of Van Sapway upgrade. This is kind of an annoying thing to do because you kind of like think it's kind of easy, because the keepers are literally 1 shot with I think any gun apart from the MR6. They might be 2 shot, but they're super easy to kill. You just want to run around, and this gun, this specialist weapon is actually just going to save you all the time so much. You can see that I did actually get Widow's Wine from eating that fruit from the plant, which was really nice to actually get. You might not always have all these perks, but you can just pick up as many perks as you want along the way. Whatever you feel comfortable with. The 4 perks I recommend is Jug, Quick Revive, Stamina Up, and Double Tap. Unfortunately, I didn't get Double Tap because I thought I was going to get Double Tap, but for some reason I picked up Speed Cola, being an idiot. Once you've got all 3 of your trials completed, you can actually electrify your shield, and you're ready to start building the Masamune. So if you shock this, fall down the cage, and you pick up this Liquid Divinium from this kind of like skull little body thing down here, whatever you want to call it. You're going to pick up the first part for the Masamune. You are going to want to upgrade the KT4 basically every game if you do in fact get the KT4, because it just makes it so much better. But then now you've got it, you can come down here and do this actual spider boss. This is where you'd normally get your free Widow's Wine from, but seeing as I actually somehow got it from the plant, which was really rare, I've never actually got that before. It's not exactly a hard boss battle. You just want to shoot at its mouth whenever it's getting that like kind of smoke. It doesn't even require anything hard really. As long as you've got Jug and an okay weapon, you can take it down. But if you go over to the spider, hold sway, you can pick up the second part for your Masamune. Then I actually decided it was time to craft the gas mask. I could have crafted it earlier on, but not gonna lie, I completely forgot about it. You want to craft that as soon as possible because it'll be a massive help, especially with things like thrashers. But now to get the final part of your Masamune, you're going to want to come down this sewer system and pick up your rainbow water, and then you can do this whole plant thing down here, and that'll give you your final part for the Masamune. So that by then you're going to be set up, like you can upgrade the KT4 to the Masamune. You should have all your perks. For a secondary weapon, just like to run around with, I'd recommend something like the Haymaker or the Marshall 16s are ideal, but if you can't get them, the Haymaker or even the KRM, can be a nice like little thing to run around with. You are like, if you want to actually properly go for a high round, you're going to want to do the Easter egg, but that's not always necessary because that just always gives you perks, opens up a really good camping spot. That's not always the most necessary thing, so it's not exactly the hardest setup in the world. I know people seem to think it's like the world's hardest map ever. I don't even think it's the hardest thing ever. There's harder maps in it that have been there. There's harder setups. It's just tedious and annoying, and it takes you a long time. It's not even that hard. But again, gas mask necessary, shield is necessary. 4 main perks I would get: jug, quick revive, double tap, stamina up. Then you get your 3 widows wine. Then any other side perks that you are going to want. That is also down to you. You're going to want to pick up perks as you go along. But if you follow this guide, this isn't an exact guide. You can do these at different rounds. This is just a general guide on telling you exactly what you need to do to actually like get through it and get everything built on ZETSUBOU no SHIMA. So anyway guys, if you like this video, leave a like. If you're a subscribe, if you've got any suggestions for any of the videos, I should do, leave them down in the comment section below. If you've actually got any other suggestions for any of the different games other than Black Ops 3 Zombies that I should do, leave them down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.